make that full screen. So here I download from my application a KitKat discount, but which is saying, do you know that KitKat reward is the most active customer, reviewing your fidelity card, and the fact that you participate a lot in the social media campaign, we push the $20 discount just for you. So to do that, you need to have a single view of the customer, meaning that you need to have the capacity to know what the customer is saying on social media, aggregate that with his fidelity card, with the activity he had in store. And if you have an analytics system to do that, then you can aggregate this information and use augmented reality as a new window of opportunity. Like you have a new way to tackle customer, could be at the store level, when it's mobile, or even using connected TV, because now it's features that can be provided into connected TV. So that's quite interesting. Then to move on, because I realize that I take a lot of time, seamless connectivity. So here I just want to show some things that we developed for children's hospital using near-field technology, NFC technology that I was mentioning. So basically here the goal was to help doctors improve the way they were accessing the children information data. Usually they were carrying a lot of paper. It was not very practical because you have maybe 20, 30 kids. How do you do that? How you improve the process? So what we did is provide them with HP tablets, and all our HP tablets are NFC enabled. And the thing we did is then embedded in an NFC tag, so it looks like that, inside each children bracelet. So usually you get this kind of bracelet when you enter an hospital. And so basically the doctor only had to take his tablet, go through every quid and approach the NFC tag. And then it would be logged in a content management platform. So actually this one was embedded in, it was Maria tag. So actually if I go here, I have each children was associated to a content management platform. So if I tag the chip of Maria, here I can access all the data about Maria, radiography, the recovery map, all the information I need to have for her. So no need paper, instant access to information. It was already a first step to improve that, quite innovative. But then we thought about collaboration. So, okay, it's the first step, but then maybe you're the doctor, you want to discuss Maria's case with another doctor, which could be same hospital, which could be in India, which can be completely remote, without knowing what device he's using, what tablet, what phone. So you want to improve how you can collaborate almost real time. So basically, we embedded collaboration feature in that. So basically, you can share the information you get here through different features. One is NFC again. So I can just do device tap and sense. I go to my board here. I will just approach it, and then I will receive content. You will see that I'm logging the same content. Something that we embedded as well, you have a QR code generator here and a link generator, which are expirable for security reasons because you don't want anyone to connect. So in this case, if I'm connected here, I will just scan the QR code here, and you will see I will be connected in the same platform. So basically, everybody could access my information. Something key here is I didn't require any software installation, any cables plug. So basically, you can share information cross operating system and cross format, because here actually it could be a system and it will convert in a format which is readable in a phone, for example. And something we did is then how you share your information. Maybe you want to share your information in the right way. So we have collaboration features here, saying guest on stage, guest off stage. So if you're on stage, this one will be able to take control of every screen. So basically, it will move what you see. So I take control of all the devices connected. And you have a backend application showing who is in my room. Obviously, we build that with a lot of security features inside. So actually, new innovative way in the collaboration. Here in the hospital context, but it could be simply to share your presentation in a university context. So the last dimension I want to touch is on analytics, so you can see back.
It sounds like you're just throwing out a lot of applications because you're not sure which one's going to stick.
Yeah.
Is that kind of it?
innovation of actually
Yeah, but then we have this conversation.
You're not sure which one's gonna take over.
It will also depend on the industry context.
Yeah.
That's why we have this joint approach, because I'm not saying that every technology is a solution to everything. It could be the solution for a specific industry, a specific location. So that's why we need to have this meeting, this workshop with companies to see, oh, based on your industry, based on your context, based on the technology, what do you see, what kind of technology could be relevant and solve one of your issues. So the last dimension I want to cover is analytics. So we spoke about explosion of data everywhere, social media data, any kind of data. So I want to show what kind of things we can do to tackle that. So we are focusing on social media data. So the platform is something created by our labs, which is now a product that we sell. It's called Live Customer Intelligence. So basically here you can get a real-time analysis of social media sentiment associated with a set of keywords. So basically you can think, you can see what people think in social media almost real time without the need to read every tweet and anything like that. So it's just one analysis I did for the company Pepsi. It was 1 week analysis using social media sentiment. So basically you need to define keywords you're interested in. So for example, last product, last advertising, experience in store, so metrics you're interested in. And you have also unclassified ones, so oops, basically here I can have basically all the keywords associated to Pepsi which were on social media, so I can still customize my analysis as well as customize the time. So as soon as you do that, you have instant view and key report about what's happening in social media. Starting with an attribute cloud, so basically here, the bigger it is, the more volume it generates in Twitter and Facebook. We have all the social media analysis. This one I just did Twitter. You have a color coding, so if it's red, it's negative, green positive, white neutral, different. You have orange and pink as well, so different color coding. So if I just click Pepsi, so basically if it's just Pepsi, it was just conversation about Pepsi, the brand, quite general conversation. So in 5 days, it's around 80,000 tweets, which is quite significant. So you can see the number of positiveness, positive one, negative one. So something quite visible here is you have two big red words, so two possible issues for Pepsi to look after. Funes Mori and Messi. If I look at Messi, it's almost 2,000 tweets, almost all negative. So what happens? So I don't know how familiar you are with football, but Lionel Messi and Funes Mori are quite known Argentinian football player, followed by thousands of people in Facebook, Twitter. And what happened is basically they tweet a bad post against Pepsi, comparing Pepsi with Coca. I can't remember the exact tweet, but it was quite negative for Pepsi. Hazard, known and followed, retweeted by everyone. So the first thing, if you're a company like Pepsi, is to know that real time, because maybe you need to engage with them to solve the issue. Maybe you need to prepare communication, because some of the ambassadors could have a huge effect on the brand value. So that's something you know. And more interesting than that, if you can do a geolocalization of tweets. So now I will have my world map populated with all these tweets about the issue. So it will take a bit of time, but you will see it populated everywhere. So all the tweets and the Facebook. And without big surprise, you will see that you have big red spot in Europe and South America because of these two players, because they are quite influential in these two regions. And it will populate more, but when it will be finished, you will see that I will be able to deep dive then in each country. So here, I'm going to go to Argentina for Lionel Messi. So let's go to Argentina. Let's go to, I don't know, somewhere. Yeah, here. So basically I can go.
So Jonathan, all of these, like when you're using a different applications, like I saw Wordle, that's what you were using for Pepsi. And then you're using...
No, actually we have a social media connector on the Twitter API. So basically we are able, based on keywords, to gather all the tweets or the Facebook about...
But where you have Pepsi and large and color, that's Wordle.
No, I mean it's just a visualization technique.
It's a visualization. So you just take the data and then using the data.
Actually, we have
this attribute cloud.
Yeah. So basically, we have all the data available, and then we determine certain visualization which are useful for a company.
Yeah,
But
because
then
the
it's just an
locator-
example.
Because these locators are also, this is also an application that is readily available. So it's taking the advantage of the cloud attributes. Of,
Yeah, and it's connected.
And then using these applications.
If you know software like Tableau, for example, Tableau or Spotfire,
Yes, yes.
Spotfire, actually it's a bit working the same. So you can connect all your data, Spotfire to your database,
Right.
then you have all the data, and then you determine which kind of visualization you want based on all the attributes you have.
So the basis for this is the attribute cloud. Is that the basis, the kernel for the database of
No, the
of
database, I mean,
database?
in the database you would have all the tweets, all the tweets associated to Pepsi with different attributes like location, like
Yes.
positiveness, like, and then you create your visualization based on that.
Because I'm saying, like, if you just, I guess what I'm trying to ask is that if you bring in a different application,
Yeah.
you can also use the same data attributes to
Yeah.
apply to any other application.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely yes.
Okay.
And at this case, the point I want to make is now I can deep dive, for example, in Argentina, in every little street to extract every tweet individually. So on one side, I can extract the big issue, and then I can manage my one-to-one relationship with every customer. A lot of companies have that in place, Twitter monitoring, but just entering one-to-one, but they don't know if the same issue is happening 200 times in different locations. They don't have the vision to do that. Here you can. So if I just come back to the main tag again, we'll just click this one to refresh. So something quite interesting as well is the trend analysis, so it will populate again. So basically here, that's where you can monitor if a positive buzz or a negative buzz is happening. Almost real time. Here I put every 6 hours, but you can put every minute. So instead of waiting weeks forecast, when you launch a new product, you can know if it's working or not. If you need to take a decision, you can do that using this kind of trend analysis as well. We have a famous example at HP where the English actor Stephen Fry, quite known in UK, basically one day, Sunday morning, he had an issue with his HP printer. Basically saying, HP, sorry for my vocabulary, but HP sucks, my printer doesn't work. And by using a tool like that, we knew that almost real time. So basically what we did is engage with Stephen Fry, you have an issue, what can we do, how can we help? And we turned the experience into a so positive experience for him that it became a brand advocate, post a lot of positive tweets and completely reverse the trend, and we actually benefit from this issue. Oh, I mean, we have several things like the KitKat brand here. You saw that I did a couple of things with KitKat. Actually, when they came here, they had like an issue. Consumer found plastic pieces inside some chocolate bars. When they came here, the issue was not public at all. They knew about it, but it was kept secret. They were not ready to answer the problem. And basically, just using a tool like that, I was able to determine that 2 of their employees post a tweet about the issue, which was becoming viral, and they were not ready to react because they were not aware. So many different things you can do. You can do some business intelligence, basically monitor your competitors as well. Or governments, when you have new laws, you can monitor perceptions here. So actually, when we started this work, it was to determine the box office success of a movie 2 weeks before it was released. Just analyzing the Twitter, the number of tweets and the quality of tweet. Based on that, we created an algorithm to predict the success of a movie, and we become more accurate than the movie stock exchange. So basically, able to do prediction as well. And just to finish that, I won't go into this one, but here I was talking only about unstructured data, but how we have system now, not only to have social media data, structured data, but aggregate this data with structured data. So basically here at the CAN, it's called Explore. So basically here I can aggregate my social media data with my CRM system, with my call centers calls, because we are doing voice analysis, we are doing video analysis as well. So I can aggregate all the different attributes, and for example, that tool like that will allow me to get the thing you saw with the promotion discount for the KitKat, because I will be able to monitor everything about my consumer. So I will aggregate what he said on social media, his construction pattern, his CRM card and everything, and I will be able to have a very personalized communication. So now we will move to, I think we have a break now.